Hello everybody, welcome back to Theje's Catalog. What I'm playing today instead of Diablo 3 is Titan Quest. Steam tells me I've logged 72 hours into this game instead of trying to get laid, but that number is actually embarrassingly larger, as my history with Titan Quest is older than my history with Steam. Titan Quest was released in 2006, and I remember logging many hours just playing the demo that only allowed you to progress to level 6 and traverse through a small portion of the first continent.
May the goddess Hera bless you!
For me, this title was a benchmarking exercise. I upgraded my computer mainly to see how it would run, and it took a few generations for the performance to become flawless. In Titan Quest, you are a man. You are the reason why the movie was named 300 and not 301. In this spiritual successor to Diablo 2, you are ripping your way through Greece to tear apart whatever part of mythology you find, whether it be a giant cyclops or the Gorgons. Along the way, you pry armor and weapons off of dead enemies and gain levels and new abilities. Your adversaries only grow stronger when moving to a new location, so grinding is very much a viable strategy here, especially since character progression is relatively slow compared to modern genre paradigms. At least here you get one of the first few examples of successful dual-class building. Though not all of the classes are advantageous, Warfare and Fire Whatever are my go-tos, as they seem to work the best, so be prepared to see the OP Volcanic Orb spell a few times during the video. The gameplay in Titan Quest was tip-top for the day. Hit detection is still acceptable, and your clicks have predictable outcomes, so the game itself doesn't lend to frustration by not doing what you expect it to. Of course, modern conveniences are absent, like gold that jumps into your coffers by itself, and there's an abundance of useless loot that somehow manages to sneak its way into your inventory. Other than those qualities, the experience is still rather refined, with only a few rough edges. The graphics in Titan Quest were, for the time, quite the spectacle, mainly in the lighting and pasture department. The individual stalks of tall grass sway in the wind and buck to the weight of you and your enemies, and a day-night cycle allows for still impressive examples of shadows and lighting. The reason why it doesn't stand the test of time is bland environments that lack detail and a low polygon count, but at least the forest areas still shine, both in day and at night. Also, the frame rate for the original game was a perfectly smooth 144 with my GTX 770, but when I introduced the expansion Immortal Throne and it took over the graphics and gameplay, it brought a micro stutter to the scene which left a bad taste in my mouth. On the one hand, I wanted a smoother frame rate, but on the other hand, I do appreciate the new gameplay additions that Immortal Throne brings to the table. The audio is not something you have to expose yourself to here. The dialogue is passable, but the background music and sound effects are bland and will put you to sleep. And then when you kill a bunch of enemies at once and their cries combine in an oversampled mess of eardrum-piercing speaker crash, you'll be woken up again for sure. Let's just say that when I was playing this game for the video, I watched the opening cinematic again, only because I was forced to at first install, and then the audio went to 0, and Chris Cornell's Higher Truth was on repeat. For the bottom line, Titan Quest is basically fun, but it doesn't hold up to today's ARPGs like Diablo 3. I did aim to complete the Immortal Throne campaign for the review, but the monsters were too tough, and I didn't feel like grinding out levels and gear in order to beat it. In conclusion, if you have played Titan Quest before and find it on sale on Steam, it's worth another playthrough for nostalgia's sake. My personal recommendation, however, would be to stay away from Immortal Throne. This has been a review of Titan Quest here on Theje's Catalog. Go ahead and thumbs me up, drop me a comment down below, and share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and you guys... Have a good night.